Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it once again with a brand new video, and as I promised on my Twitter page, next video will be Formula 1 related, and of course it's time for part 9. Would you believe we're already at part 9 of my Formula 1 2011 playthrough? I'm quite annoyed I'm not putting these out more often. Reason being, I've seen like Underground Gaming. I don't know how many of you are subscribed to that channel. I used to be, but Underground Gaming's already done like 2 full seasons. Probably because he's probably the kind of person that spends all day playing video games and has nothing better to do. But I mean, I'm way too busy to producing videos that often. I'm using a pokey laptop to make these videos anyway. And every time I make a video, I have to like leave my laptop to render it for a couple of hours, or maybe up to 4 hours, depending on the length and size of the video. It's crazy. I remember when I did my Formula 1 season review, which many people asked me for, and that took me 6 hours to render the video because my laptop, I mean, 3 gig of RAM is not bad, but if you're gonna be a video maker like this consistently and reliably, you need like 8 gig of RAM, really, and a proper desktop with all that processing power and something I don't really have, but that's why, at best, I can probably make a video every other day, because if I do it every day, I don't get to use my laptop very much. But yeah, that's a little insight as to why sometimes there's bigger breaks between my videos, not just to mention my painfully long-ass schedule of, taking care of my sister full-time and, being a university student, trying to get things done on my website. I've got a big opportunity coming up with, I don't know how many of you guys know of the channel Team VVV on YouTube. We specialise in racing-based video games and who are just probably the best video game YouTube account out there, period. It's not like shitty IGN, it just pumps out reviews and everyone watches and, we'll call them the gospel or what have you. They're genuinely brilliant, and hopefully, with a little bit of luck, I'll be part of that channel very soon. So, keep your eyes peeled. Things could be coming up in the coming months. I'll let you know if anything happens. But be excited. As you can see, this is obviously the race in Istanbul, and I'm not going to talk about the race very much because it's pretty much okay. I'll say this: it was a very scrappy performance from me. I was nowhere near at my best. I didn't do any warm-up races first. I wasn't used to the car again. It's the first time I played Formula 1 2011 in a couple of weeks. So I was rusty all over the place, and I was being defensive pretty much the entire race. I couldn't brake them no matter how fast I went, and the car wasn't that responsive. I think the problem is that Force India has been kind of exposed as not that great a car, which it shouldn't be, really, because that's exactly what it is like in real life. It's not a Ferrari, it's not a McLaren, it's definitely not a Red Bull. So it shouldn't be breaking free of those guys. So I'm glad, in this case, that the computer put up more of a fight than it did in Malaysia, where I blitzed everybody in the rain. I think it's because they patched wet weather car performance, and I think when they did that, they overdid it. So they overdid it to the degree that the AI cars in the rain are ridiculously slow, and that's not good either. I think they turned it down a little bit too much, because I shouldn't be able to whoop the entire field by like half a minute in a 20% race in a Force India. I think that's a bit ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Turkey as a track. I like the triple left-hander. I like the fact it's a very high-speed track, but it doesn't excite me. I don't like driving around it. There's much worse on the calendar, Valencia, Singapore, but there's definitely better tracks out there. Don't worry, like I said in my last video, Formula 1 and Forza will still be my main priority. I would have had a Forza review up by now, but I'm still learning in Sony Vegas how to properly put 2 videos in the same shot, because if I do a double review, I don't want it to be like my old Forza videos where it's like 12 minutes long. Because I know people didn't like that so much. I mean, they put up with it, but I mean, I looked at Insight stats and people were dropping off the video at about the 9-10 minute mark. And I don't want to do that if I can necessarily avoid it. So I am learning in Vegas how to try and get 2 videos in the same shot, like other people can do. It's a fiddly process, but if I can get it down, I'll definitely do a double review of the Corvette ZR1 versus the Dodge Viper ACR. So look out for that sometime early next week. I think FIFA is going to be my next video as well. Road to the Championship Part 5. Me showing off my new £41.5 million signing from Uruguay. Those who are up in your football knowledge should already know who he is, and those on Twitter who follow me on there at TheHarrison101 should probably have a good idea of who it is by now anyway. But if you don't, that was a pretty big hint. Make of it what you will. Give me 1 second, I'm just gonna drink something here. Ah, yeah, excellent. Yeah, I'll just be drinking my blackcurrant juice because I've got a sore throat right now still, and it seems to be coming back with a vengeance right now, which isn't great. One more thing I want to talk about while this race goes on is, oh, by the way, Formula 1 pre-season taking place in Jerez right now. Must say, pretty cool to see Kimi Räikkönen back on the grid in that Renault, and he was leading one of the timing sheets if I remember correctly. I haven't been playing full attention to it because I've been busy with other things, but what I will say is that it looks like it could be much closer this year between the big 3, and I find it kind of interesting now that all the cars have got this like dented nose at the front. I find that really bizarre and quite ugly. I don't think McLaren have got it, but I think some of the bigger ones like Ferrari have it, and it makes you think. It's like every car on the grid is driving with Jody Marsh on your front end. It's not a good look. And also noted that Red Bull's car has got a slit in that nose. It's like a broken, slashed nose. It's really weird. I think it's been done like that to try and balance the car out because Formula 1 hate Adrian Newey and hate his ingenuity so much they have to try and nerf it. I don't know if it's going to make a major difference because Sebastian Vettel seemed to be very happy with the car, and you know, he's still odds-on favourite to retain the championship. I think he's only like 11-10 to retain the championship, while Lewis Hamilton is the next highest ranking opponent, who's like 7-1. So it's like the bookies all really do think it's going to be Sebastian Vettel to take the hat-trick and win 3 years in a row. When was the last guy to win 3 world titles in a row? Was it Schumacher? I think it was Schumacher. Before that, I can't think of the last guy who's won 3 world titles in a row. Help me out on that one, guys. I'll give a free shout out to the guy who tells me the last guy to win 3 Formula 1 World Championships in a row that wasn't named Michael Schumacher. If anyone answers that question, I'll look up the answer after I finish recording this commentary. But if anyone can tell me what that is in the comments, I'll give you a free shout out in part 10. So yeah, there you go. There's an incentive for you guys. Get Wikipedia in that shit. Pardon my language. What else I've got to talk about? Oh yeah, hopefully I'm getting a new intro done in the works as well, so my videos will get a little bit more snazzy with a proper HD intro at the start. It's one of those things that I've been asking for a little while. If anyone out there can make HD intros, you know, like those really cool ones you see on YouTube, you know, racing related, inbox me, let me know. And Lewis Railway, I don't mean you either. God bless you. I know you messaged me about it, but dude, you're like 12 and you've never made one in your life. Come on, man. I appreciate the effort, but really, if you don't know, don't try it because you're just gonna end up wasting my time. But yeah, if anyone out there can make HD intros and they actually have a body of work to prove it, and would like maybe a spot in my sub box, a shout out, and you know, maybe even a little bit of money if it's a really good intro, message me, let me know. That'll be pretty sweet. What else have I got to talk about here? UC3, I know I mentioned that in my last update, and I tested the water to say how much do you guys want to see UFC videos on my channel. The response was mostly positive. There was a couple of guys like, they're not bothered, and you know, people were like, we got Formula 1, we got 4, so we don't really care what else comes up on the YouTube account, so it's not a big deal. Fair enough, that's fine, I understand that. And then a couple of guys really wanted to see UFC on the channel. So probably from next Sunday, So just over a week from now, I'll start making UFC 3 videos. I've got my copy pre-ordered, ready to go. I just thought I'd ask you guys first to test the water and see what kind of interest there would be in a series like that. And I think that's about it for what I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, one more thing. What's interesting as well is that I'm recording this commentary while Liverpool-Manchester United is going on right now on Sky, Premier League football, obviously. And I'm really ticked off by Luis Suarez's behaviour. I mean, the guy's clearly a racist. Has a problem with black people. It's quite sad, really, how you see Luis Suarez be racist, and the club actually supports him in it, even though he's been charged, proven guilty, had a 9-game ban. The guy is clearly scum, but he gets away with it for the most part. And I've never seen a football player, so universally disliked since Joey Barton. Joey Barton is another example of a guy who's cut from the same cloth as Suarez. Clearly a very talented footballer. The difference between Barton and Suarez clearly is that Suarez, is kind of a dumbass, while Joey Barton is actually, if you follow his tweets, he's actually a really intelligent guy. But he's clearly just a bit of a prick. I mean, it's kind of disturbing. But if you have anything to say on the Luis Suarez racism case, feel free to comment below. I'd love to get some discussion going about that too. Obviously, I don't feel like commentating for all 18 minutes of my throat how it is. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the gameplay and watch me struggle to shrug off Lewis Hamilton again, just like Australia, and that wasn't fun. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on Monday. I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks everybody who got me to 500 subscribers. You all are brilliant. I'll talk about it properly next video. Sayonara.
Brakes are at optimum operating temperature. Alonso's the fastest man on the track at the moment. some speed. The car behind is closing in. Brilliant, brilliant. That's the double. Pole and the win.